Good evening, and welcome to the St. Teresa of Calcutta Youth Group. This week, on our news rundown, we're going to start with Monday and Tuesday, where reports from the Sea of Galilee said that Jesus had commissioned his disciples to row out into the middle of the sea and wait for him to appear on the other side. Now, these disciples were alone in a boat in the middle of a storm and reported seeing him walk on water toward them. Now, many are calling this a miracle. I would contest and say, me finishing an entire bag of Costco bacon in 1 week was a miracle, but no one's calling me God. On Wednesday, reporters in the region of Tyre and Sidon said that Jesus had cured a Canaanite woman's daughter of an illness. Now, the Canaanites were the people originally living in the Palestinian region before Moses led the Israelites there. I know wasn't technically Palestine back then, but we're just going to say that word for now. Is that okay? All right. Now, these were a polytheistic people who prayed to the gods for things like good harvests and that their cows would mate. But Jesus, I guess, technically opened the gates of salvation to them after offering this woman graces in terms of healing her daughter. This is obviously big news for folks like me because now salvation is offered to me. Did you hear that? Yeah, we're in. What do you think? We're in. She knows it. Are you going to play anytime? Are you going to play? You're a band. You're the band. Okay. Lastly, on Thursday, we had a reporter on scene as Jesus took James, John, and Peter up Mount Tabor for a hike. Now, our reporter took this photo in proof that something happened, but we really don't know what. This week, we're going to delve into the virtues, our 8-week study on... I'm trying to introduce our study. Will you let me introduce it? I'll wrap it up. I'll wrap it up really soon. I'm not paying her anything. That's why she's complaining. Over the next several weeks, we're going to issue a new video every week and talk about the virtues. So to introduce, patience is one of the virtues technically, and you need to have a little bit of it. Over the next several weeks, we're going to be delving into what we call the virtues in the Catholic Church. And so to talk more about this is to talk more about what we mean by virtues. I will pass it off to my wife, Avery.
Hey everybody, we're going to get started with our first series. We're going to be talking about the virtues, okay? Now, today, all we're going to talk about is what is a virtue? How does the Catholic Church define it, and how does our world define it? So we're going to be talking a lot throughout this entire series about this guy. Remember him? All right. Now, spoiler alert coming at you. I'm totally going to blow this movie for you, for those of you who haven't seen it. Those of you who are totally not into Marvel at all and have no idea who he is, don't worry at all, because Thanos actually touches on a lot of topics that we're going to see in the upcoming election and that we're currently facing as a world. So I think it's really beneficial to see this through his lens in a way. Okay, in short, Thanos is this villain from the Marvel universe, right? And he thinks that it is his calling in life to solve the problem of overpopulation, because what's happening in Marvel Universe, and we kind of see it here too, resources are running out. People are misusing the earth. So how do you solve that? Well, Thanos, bad guy, decides, well, the earth is overpopulated, so it's my duty to wipe out half of the population. All right, that's one way to do it, I guess. So the major question that we're going to be answering throughout this entire series what the heck is a virtue? The Catholic Church's definition comes straight from the Catechism, a habitual and firm disposition to do the good. All right, but what does our world and our society today tell us that virtues are? Any thoughts?
Be kind to people.
All right, sure, be kind. Anything else?
Maybe like be patient.
Patience, cool.
Or like have good manners.
Right? Like be polite.
Yeah.
Okay, what else?
Being honest.
Honest? Sure.
Or just like not being a jerk.
Yeah, not being a jerk, right? Let's just all be good people. Anything else?
I hear the word tolerance a lot. Just be tolerant.
A priest was giving a homily and he talked about having a snack of a Doritos bag, and on the front of the bag it just said, be kind, right? And this is the list that we all kind of know, we all kind of have. This is what the world tells us, like, dude, just don't be a jerk, like, let that person live, and I'm gonna live, and it's all, it's fine. Well, these are all good and fine. We can strive towards these, but this doesn't even scratch the surface. This is kind of superficial. And what the Catholic Church brings us and their teachings of virtues is it goes so much deeper in that. And it gives us spiritual fulfillment and true joy. The Catholic Church breaks up the virtues into two main categories. The first, cardinal, and there are 4 virtues under this umbrella. The first, temperance, justice, prudence, and the last is fortitude. The word cardinal comes from the Latin root, which means hinge. These are this is like an umbrella term, and your human virtues are all others are grouped around the cardinal virtues. Now these are acquired by education and deliberate acts. So if you want to be temperate or prudent in your decisions, you have to actually go out of your way and make a conscious effort to do so. The next category are your theological virtues. And there are 3 over here. Faith, hope, and charity. The theological virtues are the foundation of Christian moral activity. These 3 animate our Christian life, and it's what makes us Christian. It's what makes us set us apart from everyone else. It informs us and gives life to all of these other virtues. These 3 are infused by God into the souls of the faithful. It's not easy to live a life like this. It's not easy to be virtuous. And it's because we're wounded by sin. But what makes it just a little bit easier is if we really dive into what these 7 mean. When we really understand what they mean, then we're really going to be inspired to do that, because we're going to reach spiritual fulfillment and true joy. So stay tuned. We're going to start with our cardinal virtues and end the series with our theological ones.